Okay, we are studying the topic two-port networks. Theory part is already done in last two lectures. Now we will solve the different problems. So this is one of the model having current dependent voltage source, current dependent voltage source, voltage dependent current source. So that is depending on this V3. And as usual, port 1 and 1 prime, 1 and 1 prime, and this is 2 and 2. So question is find Z and Y parameters. The common rules for any problem to find any parameters is the first step is open or short, open or short, input or output port, input or output port. So this is input port. This is output port. Open or short, input or output port, depending on the parameter. Depending on parameter. So based on Z or Y or Z11, etc. So based on the parameter, we have to decide open or short, input or output port. Second, check any dependent sources. Check any dependent sources depending on the port status. Port status and modify accordingly. And modify accordingly. And modify accordingly. Then third one, use nodal or mesh equations or use current distribution method. Use current distribution method. Method to know current in each branch. Use current distribution method to know current in each branch. And write mesh equations. And write mesh equations. Mesh or nodal, anything. Or otherwise, I will put that in fourth step. Current in each branch. Fourth one, write nodal or mesh. Nodal or mesh equations depending on the parameters. Fifth, solve equations. Solve equations. So these are the standard 5 steps we follow. Now let us start with the Z parameters. To find the Z parameters. To find the Z parameters. What is the another name for Z parameters? Open circuit parameters. Now we'll start with the Z11. What is Z11? V1 by I1 when I2 equal to 0. And Z12, no, Z21, after Z11, Z21 is equal to V2 by I1 again when I2 equal to 0. So we find these two at a time because both the cases I2 0. I2 0 means output port is open. So first open or short, input or output port depending on the parameter. So I am drawing again. Same circuit I am drawing, or can also otherwise I will draw again. So here this is open. When it is open, I2 0. So 3 I2 also shorted. is short. One ohm, 2 ohm. Is 2V3. V3. So this port voltage V1, current of I1, and this port is open. Open means current I2 0. Voltage is not 0, voltage is there. So I2 0. Here 3 I2 na. 3 into 0, 0, voltage 0, so short. Is short. Shorted because this port is open. Now this is the circuit useful to find these two parameters. Now what is the current distribution here? Current distribution, this is I1, this current of 2V3. So obviously this current is I1 plus 2V3. This current anyway 0. So this is 2V3. I1 plus 2V3. So 2V3 going this way. What is remaining in this I1? This I1 cannot go right side because it is open. It has to come left side only. I1. So here I1 entering, I1 coming back. And here 2V3 going in this loop, I1 flowing in this loop. What is this called as a current distribution method? So if you see the steps, open or short, input or output port depending on the parameter. So for these parameters, I opened. Second, check any dependent sources. 3I2 depending on I2 disturbed. 2V3 not depending on I2 not disturbed. Third, use current distribution method to know current in each branch. Fourth, write nodal or mesh depending on the parameters. So for these parameters, voltage by current, so best one is mesh equations. So therefore, I write mesh equations in this loop and also in this loop. So what are the mesh equations? So when I write equations, V1 is equal to I1 plus 2 into I is equal to 3I1. From this, what is V1 by I1? V1 by I1 is what? Z1. So what is Z11 answer? 3 ohms. So we got Z1. Similarly, to find Z21, V2 is equal to minus 2 into 2V3 plus V3. Minus 4 plus 1 minus 3 V3 is equal to minus 3 into what is V3 to I1. is equal to minus 6I1. Therefore, V2 by I1 is equal to Z21 is equal to minus 6 ohms. The negative meaning is the relationship between V2 and I1. V2 increasing, I1. That's why we get the negative. That's the meaning of negative. Impedance is not negative. Impedance negative resistance not available in the market, but parameter values can be negative. The meaning of negative is one is increasing, other will be decreasing. In such case, we get the negative value. So with this, we got 1, 1 and 2, 1. Next to find other two, Z22, Z22. What is Z22 is V2 by I2 when I1 equal to 0. Then Z12 is V1 by I2 when I1 equal to 0. So here both the cases I1 equal to 0. Again we have to draw equivalent circuit. Here 3I2 present. One ohm, 2 ohm, 2 ohm, V2. This is 3I2. This is 2V3. Here I1 equal to 0 means this port is open. Open means current 0, voltage not 0. This current 0. Now both will not disturb because I1 is 0. These two dependent sources not depending on I1. Therefore, they will not disturb. And this port as it is V2 and I2. So now use current distribution. So using current distribution, what is this current is 2V3. This current anyway 0. So here current is 2V3. But whereas here I2 entering, 2V3 leaving. Okay. So what is the current here? I2 minus 2V3. Plus 2V3 minus 2V3 cancel. Then what is flowing here is I2. This I2 cannot come left side, it has to go right side. So this is simple current distribution. Then write this mesh equation. Later write this. So V2 is equal to 2 into I2 minus 2V3 plus V3 plus V3 is equal to 2I2 minus 4 plus 1 minus 3 V3. But what is V3? 2I2. Therefore, minus 6 plus 2 minus 4i2. From this, V2 by I2 equal to Z22 equal to minus 4 ohms is the answer. Next for V1, I1 is 0 na? So we get only 3i2 plus 2i2 is equal to 5i2. Therefore, V1 by I2 is Z12 equal to 5. So Z12 is 5 ohms. So like this, we got 4 parameters. By opening output port, these two got it, 1, 1 and 2, 1. By opening port 1, we find out Z22 and Z12. So this is how we find the Z parameters. Now, shortcut method. There is another method, shortcut method. Shortcut method. So what are the steps? Don't open or short input or output port. Don't open, don't short input or output port. Repeat steps in, repeat steps. Steps are what? Third, fourth, fifth. Repeat steps. Third, fourth, and fifth in long methods. In long method. What is the method we studied just now? Long, lengthy. Now we are discussing shortcut method. So effectively 2 steps only. Effectively 2 steps only. No, sorry, 3 steps only. Third, fourth, fifth only we are doing. And first 2 anyway we are not doing. That's an advantage of this. So let us see how this can be applied. So don't open, don't short. To home, V3. 3i2. 3i2. This one is 2v3. 1. So this is v1, I1. V2, I2. So what is the specialty here? Don't open input or output port. Don't open input or output port. Don't open input or output port. Then use only current distribution. So what is this current is 2v3. This current is I1 plus 2v3. This current is I2 minus 2v3. It is based on current law. So plus 2v3 minus 2v3 cancel. Now I1 plus I2. In this I2 will go right side. I1 will go left side. Since we are interested Z parameter, write this mesh equation and write this mesh equation. This is not allowed. Not allowed because of current source. So what is the input loop equation? V1 is equal to I1 into 1 plus 3I2 plus 2 into I1 plus I2. So 2I1 plus I1 is 3I1. 3I2 plus 2I2, 5I2. So if you compare this with the Z parameter, V1 in terms of Z11 I1. So what is Z11? Is 3. What is Z12 is 5. So earlier we got same na, Z12 is 5, Z11 is 3. So directly we got. That's an advantage of this. Then V2 is equal to 2 into I2 minus 2V3 plus V3. So this is 2I2 minus 4 plus 1. So minus 3 V3. But V3 equal to 2 into I1 plus I. From this, minus 6I1 minus 4I2 will come. If you compare with the standard form, so what is Z21 is equal to minus 6. Z22 equal to minus 4. So we got same answer. Z21, Z22, minus 6 and minus 4. So that is the power of this shortcut method. So using shortcut without opening, without shorting, just current distribution, write mesh equation and compare with the standard form. Simultaneously, we got these 4 parameters. So with this Z parameter long method, short method over. Next Y parameters. To find Y, We'll start with y11. That is I1 by V1 when V2 equal to 0. After y11, what we need? Y21. That is I2 by V1 when V2 equal to 0. So V2 0 means output port is short. Output port is short. And this 3I2 will not disturb. This through V3 also will not disturb. Through I2. Through V3. V3. So here again V1, I1, but V2 0 na? V2 0 means this is short. Short V2 0. V2 0, I2 not 0. Short means voltage 0, current to remain as it is. And this is not depending on V2, this is not depending on V2, so both remain as it is. The first two steps are done. Third step, use current distribution. So this current is anyway 2V3. This current is I1 plus 2V3. This current is I2 minus 2V3 plus 2V3 minus 2V3 cancel. I1 plus I2. So these values are similar to above case shortcut method. Now write the equations, but we are finding y parameters. Again, I am writing mesh equation only. Using nodal also you can do it. But here using mesh better. So V1 is equal to I1 into 1 plus 3I2 plus 2 into I1 plus I2. From this, 2I1 I1 is 3I1. 3I2 plus 2I2, 5I2. This is V1. Now we want I1 by V1. I1 by V1 is not 1 by 3. So we have to eliminate I2. That is with the help of another equation. So what is that equation is, or this we can write in this way. You can also write this way because current is flowing like this. So therefore 2 into I2 minus 2V3 plus V3. equal to 0. Now this is 2I2 minus 4 plus 1. So minus 3. V3 equal to 2 into I1 plus I2 equal to 0. Minus 6I1 minus 4I2 equal to 0. So here solve for I2. I2 is minus 3 by 2, I1 will come. Minus 3 by 2, I1 will come. So this you substitute in this. So therefore V1 is equal to 3I1 plus 5 into what is I2? Minus 3 by 2 I1. So simplify, solve for I1 by V1, which is equal to Y11. You will get minus 2 by 9 moles. You will get minus 2 by 9 moles. You will get minus 2 by 9 moles. This is Y1. After Y11, what we need? Y21. Y21, how do you find? Make use of this answer and this equation. Next we need Y21. What is Y21? I2 by V1. To find this, take this equation. What is I2? Minus 3 by 2 I1. Looking here, what is I1 value? I1 is minus 2 by 9 into V1. Minus 2 by 9 into V1. So what is I2 by 1? Minus minus cancel, 2 cancel, 1 by 3. So this answer is 1 by 3 most. So Y21 is 1 by 3 ohms. Now 1121 got it. Next to find other two parameters. This side is short, other side open. This side short means V1 0. When V1 is 0, again these two will not to disturb. We will solve next to find other two parameters. To find Y22 and Y12. What is Y22? Is I2 by V2 when V1 equal to 0. And Y12 is I1 by V2 when V1 is 0. So V1 0 means input port is short. Three I2 This is anyway V3 to V3 1 ohm. So this we have to short. Short means V1 equal to 0. But I1 is there. Here V2 is there. I2 also there. Always current direction, voltage, polarity must. So this is the equivalent circuit. First two steps are done. Now use current distribution. This is anyway 2V3. This is I1 plus 2V3. This current is I2 minus 2V3. This one is I1 plus I2. Because plus 2V3 minus 2V3 cancel. So as usual, I2 will go right side. I1 will go from left side. Now write equations. So first equation is I1 into 1 plus 3I2 plus 2 into I1 plus I equal to 0. This is simplified 3I1 plus 5I2 equal to 0. 5I2. 3I1 plus 5I2 0. Whereas other equation V2 is equal to 2 into I2 minus 2V3 plus V3. 2I2 minus 4 plus 1 minus 3 V3 equal to 2 into I1 plus I2. Minus 6I1 minus 6I1 minus 4I2. Okay. So in this we want to eliminate I1. So in this equation, what is I1? Minus 5 by 3 I2. So that you substitute. Minus 6 into minus 5 by 3 I2 minus 4 I2. So this you have to simplify. So V2 equal to 30 by 3. 30 by 3 I2 minus 4 I2. Simplify I2 by V2 is equal to Y22. Simplify, you will get this answer. Y22 is 1 by 6 will come. You will get 1 by 6. Most. One by 6. Next y12. Y12. What is y12 is I1 by V2. I1 by V2. So here already I1 we have written. I1 is minus 5 by 3 I2. I1 is minus 5 by 3 I2. So minus 5 by 3 into I2. But what is I2? I2 is V 1 by 6. 1 by 6 into V2. So from this I1 by V2 minus 5 by 80, which is equal to y1. This is the answer. So like this we find out y parameters. Y parameters using long method. Using long method. Y parameters using long method. How to find y parameters using shortcut? Y parameter using shortcut. Using shortcut method. So in this shortcut method, what is the concept? We don't open, we don't short. Input or output both. That is the basic idea. So we don't open, we don't short. So this current is I1 already there. This is V2. This is I2. Okay. So directly how to find? Here y parameters current by voltage. So current form is important. Therefore we prefer nodal equations, not mesh. If it is a nodal current distribution, all those things not necessary. Directly write the nodal equations. So where we can write one nodal equation is here, but here you can't write. There is one only voltage source between two principal nodes. This will form a supernode. This is not possible. This is not possible. So merging this one is a super. But what is the voltage here? V3. This V3 will come here. What is voltage here? Don't know. Or this voltage is V3 plus 3I2. Voltage here is V3 plus 3I2. Another nodal equation is here. So assuming this current entering, this current leaving, this current to leave. Here you can assume this current entering, this current entering, this current already entering, then leave. So write these two nodal equations and solve for I1, I2 in terms of V1, V2. This V3 is unwanted, V3 you have to eliminate. So to write the equations, I1 is here, I1 is already entering, I1 plus 2V3 entering plus this current also entering. So what is the voltage here? What is the voltage here? V2. So V2 minus V3 by 2. So these are the sum of the currents entering is equal to leaving. What is leaving? V3 by 2. So this is one equation. What is other equation is I2 is equal to, I2 is entering, 2V3 leaving, 2V3 leaving plus V2 minus V3 by 2. This is second equation. Okay. And we need another third equation, or you can write, yeah, this I1 is also equal to V1 minus, what is the voltage here? The voltage here is 3I2 plus V3. So therefore, third equation, this I1 is also equal to V1 minus of 3I2 plus V3 by 1. This is 30. I hope third is clear. This current flowing through 1 ohm is I1. I1 is nothing but this voltage. What is the voltage here? V1. What is the voltage here? 3I2 plus V3. The difference by 1 should be equal to I1. Now homework is what you can do. Eliminate V3. V3 is unwanted and express I1 and I2. I1 and I2 in terms of V1, V2. So here also, so you manipulate those three, express in this format. Then these coefficients you compare, you will get the simultaneously y parameters. So this is the basic idea how you can find y parameters using shortcut. So for y parameter I have written nodal. For z parameter I have written mesh. So now in this problem we find out z and y. What is further homework? Find H, G, A, B, C, D and inverse ABC. Inverse ABC. You can find them easily. The reason is any other parameter what we do either open or short. How the circuit is disturbed with open, how circuit is modified with short, input or output already done. To find all these parameters, we open or short, either input or output. So easily you can solve this. But how to verify these answers, correct or wrong? Like H in terms of Z. Z already we know. There is a table, na? H in terms of Z. use that relation, find H, solve manually H, these two answers must be same. So in that way, two-port problems are easy. So H, G, A, B, Z and all you try. If you solve, you will be confident. Next, further, this problem can be modified to so many problems. Remove only 2V3, only 2V3 remove and this V3 will go, and take the remaining circuit and find all the parameters. The next 2I2 only remove, 2I2 only remove, 2V3 keep it as it is. Then draw that problem, find all the parameters. Remove both. This is current source open, voltage source short. It looks like a T network, standard resistive T network. Find all parameters. Like that, so many problems we can create. One by one you remove, one problem will come. The sequence in which order you are removing also change another problem. Like that we can create so many problems, find all parameters, Z, Y and so on. So this is one model equivalent to thousands of problems. This one model is equivalent to thousands of problems. For all problems, you follow the standard steps. You follow either long method or short method. If they are asking all four parameters, Z11, 12, 21, 22, preferably shortcut is best. If they are asking any one, only Z11 ask, use a long method. Be familiar with long method, be familiar with the short method. Use long method when they are asking all four. Use shortcut method if they are asking, if they are asking any one, use long method. If they are asking all four, use shortcut method. And be familiar with the current distribution method and nodal and mesh analysis. Then any problem you can solve easily. So this is one best model. You can solve so many problems. So with this, I stop now.